Hello everyone, my name is Putty and welcome back to session 27 Lightside of Dunes of Utapau. I am joined as always by Marshall Peterson and Sir Professor, visiting traveling scholar, art, common law justice, the first degree of the King's decree.
What the?
Corey Wadsworth, the third and seventh in line to the throne of Egypt. Welcome to the show.
Oh, God.
Seventh in line. Are you moving up? Were you eighth in line last
Nah,
time?
he dropped off of the succession order last time, so he's back on.
I was king once, and then I was put in the line of succession, and then I dropped off for a short period. And
king. Like, you must have been deposed and then fled the country, and then they were like, you know what? That guy was cool. Let's put him in the royal family again. But let's not put him like directly next to the. Let's put him like eighth. And someone's like, no, eighth is
I think I was like 11th.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, and then you're of course being the hungry, power hungry king you once were. You're killing everyone in your path to become king again.
I expect to be either deposed or assassinated or king by the next session.
Good for you.
Yeah,
that's exciting. That's more exciting than the actual session.
Yeah. So let's just end the session here and then come back to that. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, do the Egyptian politics podcast.
Damn right. So last time you guys were floating around Naboo, trying to find a peaceful solution to this problem, and then you came into the waterways and murdered a bunch of Gungan.
That's
9 to my count. So that was fun. And you have arrived at this here crossroads.
They were asking to be killed, Putty.
Yeah, they were throwing balls at us.
I mean,
I'm not a dog. I don't play catch.
These are not
Maybe
the
they
kinds
think
of
you're
balls
into it.
that you throw at friends. They explode. Calling them balls actually is a little deceiving. Most people would call them grenades. I don't know why we're calling them balls just because these guys are Gungans. I mean,
that seems racist. Clap, 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 clap.
In Trandoshan, ball and grenade mean the same thing.
That seems racist. A WWE chant?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think the chant is that was racist in that to that tune.
That's funny. So, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. We were just staring at a pool of water with a bunch of dead Gungan bodies.
Oh, that's right.
Floating in there, the blood pouring into the pool. So this purple water you see here is a lot deeper. Has a lot of holes and crevices. It'd be difficult to swim, but not only that, you see like giant glowing balls in the water, like mines. It seems almost intraversible.
Let's try to traverse.
That seems like a challenge.
I mean, he said almost.
Okay, I'll change my wording. It seems intraversible.
Oh.
Oh. Well, if
so
the
you're
GM's
saying there's a chance? No. I think we should go up here.
Yeah, we've already ran out of our options of just keep on going straight until we hit something. Now let us keep on turning around corners until we hit something.
Wait, what?
Yeah, last session we were just like,
No.
We see
I just think now it's funny that you've like, now we're going to keep turning around corners. Like, even if we can go straight, we're going to take the corner.
Yeah, we're going to take a corner.
Okay, sounds good.
It's the strategy.
Almost as if by design you cannot go straight in any way this way, and there are 2 turns that you could take.
This is an issue. This is an issue. The strategy does not work when there's more than one option.
I'm a dedicated socialist, so whenever I can go left.
You go right.
No. I go lefto. Here, good job.
Both of you make an average vigilance check, and also roll destiny.
Okay.
I'd roll the destiny first, if I were you. But it's your body.
No.
Oh. And you get another one.
Unlimited power. It's so weird not having massive pools anymore.
Yeah, the Dark Side party had a 2-point pool this week.
I just remember the height of it was when we were all in the party and like two of us were like paragons. So we would have pools of upwards of like 8 or 9. It was just absurd. Man. Those days. So you said to roll a vigilance check?
Yes, of average difficulty.
Oh man, the way you said that just
now that I think about it, don't my obligations also come up more now that there are less players?
I want to say yes, but I don't really remember how that mechanic works. I think it doesn't because, like, I think obligation comes up less because there's less obligation to. I don't know. No, I can't give you an answer. I don't really know enough.
Oh, from my understanding of obligation, the obligation pool technically increases the more players there are.
Yeah. It depends on if those players have obligation.
Yeah, the more Edge of Empire characters.
Is it only matters with... Yeah, okay.
Because you add all your obligation together. And so, if you're the only one with obligation, it doesn't really matter how many other Jedi there are in the party.
What it does is, if you're the only one with obligation versus other people with obligation, the more people with obligation, the more likely it is obligation comes up. But the people in the party doesn't affect how likely it is that your obligation is triggered.
Yeah.
Because yours is a specific number.
And which makes sense, because if you've got a party of a bunch of scoundrels, like, it's just likely that every session, one of the scoundrels is going to get hit up by their boss or by the, loan shark or something, but just statistically speaking.
As you walk past here, you both notice far too late to react in any way. Another tripwire.
Motherfucker. Okay, from now on, we're just gonna get sticks or something. This is starting to get a little ridiculous.
And two boomers drop next to you and explode. So I guess I will roll ranged attacks on you guys. Le ranged attacker.
Did you say "la"?
Yeah.
Okay. Taken from.
I'll make it. Yeah, man. No, always. No, Czech. There's actually a "la" in Czech.
It's.
So, I'm gonna make it a simple ranged attack, but I'll have your ranged defense. So, I don't think Sari has any, but Toe, you have some, right?
Yep, I got one.
Copy that. So it does hit you, Toe, for 7 damage, but you can soak it.
Okay, I take 2 damage.
And actually, Marshall,
yeah?
It doesn't hit you at all.
I don't like all that advantage.
I mean, it doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey! I celebrate. But also, so tripwires activate when you put weight on them and they pull something. So I was thinking, what if I held my lightsaber out at like towards the ground and just walked with it ahead of me? Because the lightsaber wouldn't put any weight on the tripwire, it would just cut it with the heat of the lightsaber. I think that might work.
You could certainly give that a go.
But I'm talking to Celeste. This is kind of a Celeste thing.
Can Celeste roll to see if that would be an effective method?
Sure. It's going to be an average knowledge education check, or knowledge warfare. I'll let you choose, depending on this.
Oh,
it could be either.
It couldn't be potentially be related to my streetwise with cutting tripwires and stuff like that.
God,
I don't think streetwise would.
They say the city streets are a battlefield, but I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, streetwise is more about how.
Or not streetwise. It would be skullduggery is the question, but.
Oh, that's closer, but I'm gonna say no, because you're not thinking about disabling them necessarily. You're just thinking about how they work. And I know the connection is there, but it's not quite close enough for me to allow it. But if you were like using your skullduggery is more of an active skill rather than a knowledge skill. Like I'd let you use it if you were trying to disable a tripwire. but not to gain knowledge about one.
Okay. Maybe I'm a little confused because I'm asking about an effective method to alright. So I wouldn't be able to use my skullduggery check to see if I were carrying a heat lightsaber, if I would be able to disable it or not.
No, because no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
But if you were to grab a lightsaber and try to disable one, actually, because no, using the lightsaber, this method is not skullduggery either. It's like you're not disabling it with your skullduggery skills. You're just holding a lightsaber out.
What's the difficulty?
I did say it. Was it average? I think it was average.
Okay. I succeed.
Okay, so you have which one did you choose? Education or warfare?
It doesn't matter. We'll just go with warfare because why not?
We're using warfare in this?
The knowledge warfare skill exists, sure.
Both are the exact same. But if you really want the distinction, then we'll go with warfare.
The only reason I ask is I'm pretty sure it technically base game only exists in Age of Rebellion. Like it's not. It's definitely not in Age of Empire or anyway. But it's fine if we're using it.
Yeah, I think the more knowledge skills that are in the game, the better, honestly. So yes, so you've seen You've seen a couple of tripwires in your time, and there are some that work on weight, and then there are some that are a little bit more, in which case this would work. And considering the technology level that you've seen from the Gungan so far, you're going to assume that's how these work. But you do also know that advantage, that there are some more advanced tripwires that can just detect when the wire is broken, and that's how it triggers, rather than just weight.
Okay. So, I'm unsure of whether or not the method would work with 100% certainty.
Yeah.
I turn and say, it might work, but if they're using more advanced tripwires, then, well, it'll just detect when the tripwire itself is broken. And, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to try it the first time. Marshall?
So you think it'll work?
I say, it wouldn't hurt to try it the first time, but I can't guarantee it.
Let's do it! I start waving the lightsaber around violently. No, I just I just hold it towards the ground at about the level that the tripwires have been in front of me, about a foot away.
Okay, and I will start eating a cookie. And you can keep heading down this way?
Yeah.
Only straight paths ahead of you.
God damn it.
Gotta try to keep myself behind because I don't want to accidentally trip a tripwire.
That would be unfortunate.
Due to token movement moving faster than what Celeste would actually move.
Oh, tricked you! No.
Slash, you trigger a tripwire as Kasari moves behind.
No.
I'm kidding.
A tripwire appears there. Wait, I think we should turn.
Yep, corner. There's totally not just barely any space left in this hallway.
As you head all the way to the edge here, the terrain begins to move upwards as you move through estuaries and seem to re-emerge out by the swamp.
This is where we want to be, right?
I love that shining sign. I just imagine there's actually like a neon sign that says, "Exit to the swamp," and there's like a choir singing when you get near it.
No, this isn't where you're going. You're back out at the swamp, basically where you started, but a different entrance to the waterways.
Oh, I say this isn't where we want to be.
Yeah, I mean, that giant sign is clearly marking.
It's a little weird, but it's a good indicator.
Oh, well, now we have to turn.
Corner. Yep.
Uh-oh. You're turning right?
Ah, it's dark!
And we gotta turn left.
Wait, if you turn left, then that's going the other way.
Oh yeah, you're right. We're going right wing now. We're pulling a Sargon.
Oh boy.
Joining UKIP just to prove how liberal we are.
I'm lost.
Wait,
Classically liberal.
Sargon of Akkad joined UKIP?
Yeah.
Okay.
To prove how liberal he is. That's his exact quotes.
Classically liberal.
Of course.
And we're all cultural Marxists. Okay, so,
That insults me, because I'm an actual... No.
okay, I'm trying to think here. I want to make Yukasari roll a check here.
No.
I just run into a wall and break
I don't
my
remember.
neck.
I still think it requires due diligence here, but not as much to actually spot it. So I'm going to say that you can make an easy vigilance check with 2 boosts to make sure you're keeping your lightsaber in the right position at all times.
Ooh. I like it. I like checks that are almost impossible for me to fail.
It's still possible, as that boomer with a simple check with 2 proficiency proof.
Oh, man. Almost.
Okay. So, after a little while, you hear a snap, and you look down and see a snapped tripwire. You wait on bated breath, and nothing happens.
We're good, guys. It worked.
Hey, it worked.
It's alive!
So glad that they decided to encourage you to try it at least once. Alright. We're walking down the hallway,
I think it'd be funny.
and we see a corner.
I think it'd be funny, Celeste, if you're like, okay, we said we do it once, now never again. And I'm like, but it
Yep.
works. And you're like, no, never again. I say, wait. Does this seem familiar to you? We've seen this plant
Yes, this is
before.
the exact same hallway.
Oh, Celeste, make an easy survival check to make sure you get your bearings right. I think the plant would definitely... Add boost because you can see the plant and you've seen it before.
We've passed the spirit mushroom 3 times. That's not the same one. Yes, I am.
What's that a reference to?
Korra. Legend of Korra. When they're in the spirit world.
I haven't seen that since I watched the last few seasons for the first time. Yeah, you get your bearings perfectly, and I'll say that you have the awareness of what's been revealed on the map. You know where it all is.
I say, yeah, we're in the exact same hallway. I just figured it'd be fun to turn around the corner like we've been doing.
Well, let's keep doing it.
Alright, but that wasn't the corner I wanted to turn around.
Too late!
Alright.
Alright, so you head down this one?
Yep.
Okay.
Continuing my lightsaber policy, by the way.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll let you know if something comes up.
Oh no.
Wait, why can't I reveal? Okay, wait a minute. I think it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah. There you go.
Oh no. 2 corners again.
Alright, let me
Why does life keep on giving us such hard decisions?
figure out for you guys what's in this room. But for
this is a room.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah. I guess you can't. I'll reveal more so it looks more obvious. Like,
I thought this was another hallway to turn corners around. Oh no, the world around us.
No.
What, you got a problem? What, you think you're better than me? So, definitely the first thing you notice is another one of those yellow orbs sitting around here.
You know, they wouldn't leave these around if they weren't important, so let's pick this one up and hand it to you, sorry, because it's too heavy for me to carry.
God damn it.
There is also... So, I should have mentioned this earlier. There are a number of human corpses with some military garb.
Oh, whoa!
and weapons over here.
I like to imagine we're like, ooh, shiny orb. Oh fuck, there's a bunch of corpses in here. That's probably what happened to them.
Is it obvious how they died or how long they died?
Why don't... I think that would be perception. So why don't you make an average perception check?
Okay. I will argue with it because it's my better skill, but I figured it'd be better survival. But
I can see that, but I'll let you use perception.
All right, it's easy.
Average.
Average.
With never mind. Cool.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna add a few setbacks underwater, but it's chill. So you can tell quite a lot about these bodies. They seem to have burns resembling the ones you suffered from the Boomer earlier, and a few stab wounds that seem to also have burns around them, as if an electro pole or an electro spear of some kind. You suspect they've been in conflict with some of these underground Gungan. You can tell from their armor and such that they're probably Republic, and you find on them some more of those capsules. You find another one of them, and also a strange kind of box-like device that when you touched it, it turned the human it was on into a Gungan for a second. And then when you took it off, he turned back into a human.
Yo! It's a close
This is completely useless. Destroy it. It's black magic voodoo.
I like look at it, I'm like, it's the solution. He just starts smashing it with a hammer.
But yeah, no, I pick up the device and press it to see if it works on me.
You put it on you, like you attach it to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it works on you, and you also you can see on the device a little display that seems to be counting down from 4 hours.
Is there an obvious button to turn it off?
Yeah, it's the same button you used to turn it on.
Okay.
It has a weight. Let me just grab that for you. It is 1 encumbrance for it.
Oh, god damn it.
I'll carry it.
You know...
Also, you pick up the capsule as well.
Do we need another fucking... No, I can't... I'm running out of space.
The capsule is 0 encumbrance.
Oh, what are the capsules again?
You found one up...
oh, I thought
we found 2 up there.
Okay.
No, it didn't weigh anything.
The
I
orb,
gave you one and I kept one.
The orb weighs 1. Gotcha. Okay.
We found another capsule, just one this time. Alright, I guess I'll pocket it since you're getting all these slightly heavy stuff. I might as well keep all the tiny things.
There you go. All the little rocks and pieces of lint.
I do have an idea though, Kasari.
Yeah.
How confident are you in hand-to-hand combat? Or just combat in general?
I'm a trained Jedi. We're feared
because
across the galaxy.
Because if you can enter a combat with the Gungan leader disguised as a Gungan and defeat him,
oh shit,
you might be able to secure a peace with the Republic.
They might get suspicious when I pull out a lightsaber.
Don't pull out the lightsaber when you fight him?
They might also get suspicious when I use the Force to control his body.
You can't, you know, just...
Yeah, I gotcha. So I basically just have to beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, they might give you a weapon too.
We'll call that Plan C.
If you're not confident in using a weapon, I can probably handle myself pretty well.
If only you could pick up a child's toy.
What?
It's an encumbrance joke. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Let's continue. Wait.
Alright.
Wait. Should we do the Wookiee routine? Except now it's the Trandoshan routine. Oh man, that must be deeply offensive for you. But anyway, it's where you know what I'm talking about.
This is very, very offensive by the sounds of things. Wait, what?
Sla stares at you and says, "Did you just compare me to what I think you compared me to?"
No. But
Whew.
I didn't compare you to anything. Have you ever heard of the Wookiee routine, though?
Are you asking me out of character or in character?
Both!
Because I know what you mean in character. I don't know, I mean out of character, but I don't think I know what you mean in character.
Okay, so in character, I'm like, okay, so here's how it's gonna go. From now on, when we run into Gungans, I'm gonna be dressed as, well, I'm gonna be cloaked as a Gungan, and I'm gonna say, hey, this is my, capture. I'm bringing him in, boys.
You know that Trandoshans are not commonly sold as slaves. Actually, it's almost unheard of.
I'm not selling you as a slave. I'm bringing you. You're a prisoner. You're just a prisoner.
Oh, I was confused.
Yeah, in the Wookiee routine, it's just a prisoner.
You also know that that technically means I have to kill you.
What?
I'm sorry, but this is my religion.
Well, don't. It's a pretend.
I stare at you blankly.
Just like religion.
That's a good. No, the routine is just pretend. It doesn't count.
I don't know if that it technically does or doesn't count. The scripture never says anything about whether or not being pretend captured means that you lose all your don't or do lose all your scores.
I'm fairly certain that pretend capture doesn't count, but
this is why I had to kill one of my brothers when we played tag.
Oh God!
Oh man! Dad?
Dad, are we the baddies? Like, sometimes I'm like, I know I'm not in the Sith party, but, like, Celeste is not a good guy.
No.
Oh, God. I'm like...
Lightside party.
Look, Dad, look, I think that... I was always taught, back on my home world, that it's better to beg forgiveness than ask for permission. So I say you just assume that you're fine pretending.
I'd rather not. Why don't I pretend I'm a Gungan and I pretend to capture you instead?
What'd you say?
I said, why don't I...
Putty.
I just joked that was some good Narshada wisdom.
Yeah. Anyway, what?
I say, why don't I disguise myself as the Gungan and pretend capture you instead?
I mean, look, if we have to follow some weird code, that's fine. But you realize you're gonna have to carry
We do.
it.
I mean, what's the penalties again for being
God.
one over encumbered?
I hoped you wouldn't ask that. Okay, let's go look. I really need to print this out because it comes up a lot.
I think, right?
I don't even think it's that. I think it's really weak sauce.
Yeah,
First, your organs begin to
I'm pretty sure so long as you're not over encumbered plus your brawn, like
yeah.
It's not that bad of a penalty.
I think it'd be so funny if it's like, first your organs liquefy, then you turn into soup.
Oh no.
Yeah, I need to print out the over encumbrance rules because they come up a lot and I don't have them off by heart. But no, that's not an explanation of encumbrance. Fuck you. It's like, when you're wearing armor, its encumbrance goes down by 3. That's not what I needed to know. Thank you, though. And if any of you can find it before I can, it would be helpful.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do our best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's all God could ask.
You mean the scorekeeper?
Yeah.
I think it's on 159.
Anar Shaddaa, we called him the big hut in the sky.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to the small hut in the sky.
Yeah.
Here it is. Lifting and carrying excessive encumbrance. Characters shouldn't typically carry more than their encumbrance threshold. They can do it for a short time. If a character needs to lift, the effects described
I love how
above.
the book's
Okay.
just telling me what I typically do. Fuck you, book.
Agility and brawn checks. Yes. Okay. So, I got it. So, yeah, if you're encumbered at all, over-encumbered at all, you will suffer one setback to all agility and brawn checks. For every point over the limit.
Okay.
And then, if you're over-encumbered, your encumbrance plus your brawn, then you lose your free maneuver.
Okay. I say, yeah, I'll just, we'll go with my strategy. And we'll call it the human maneuver or something instead of, you know, the Wookiee/Trandoshan maneuver, you racist piece of shit.
Whoa. Those are some strong words.
Yeah, I'm racist.
You basically asked me to forsake my entire religion to go with your strategy and compared me to a Wookiee.
They didn't compare you to a Wookiee. It's just called the Wookiee. I actually forget what it's called now. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm fine with that. Although I did just think of a hiccup to this whole plan.
Yes.
The men don't speak basic. And we don't speak Gungan.
Yes.
So we're in a bit of trouble with this plan.
I'm glad you realized that early.
The first thing they're gonna want to do is speak to us.
Well, I'll pretend I'm a mute.
What? Let's hope they have one mute.
I mean, they have to in their whole tribe.
I mean, that's still a problem because even if you pretend to be a mute, mutes still understand a language, and they're gonna like say, "Okay, stand here," and when you don't stand there, they're gonna murder you.
Well, we'll just wing it.
Fuck it. Okay.
Alright.
I will also mention this now for any future purposes. Activating and deactivating the cloaking field in structured narrative gameplay takes a maneuver.
Okay. I turn on the cloak field.
Alright, it begins counting down from 4 hours.
And I,
And you look like a
I
gun-
say, alright, Kasari, do you have anything do I have like a small piece of rope perhaps? Like, not like a long one, but like, you know, one that could hold her hands together like a zip tie in my utility belt?
You will if you do if you flip Destiny.
Okay.
Now I have the power.
Oh no.
The dark side rope spills from your hand like a snake. And you tie it around your hands.
Alright. Then I...
Could I have my lightsaber up my sleeve so that if I needed to, I could cut my binds in an instant?
Yes. I think that'd be easy coordination to kind of get it in the right place and keep it there.
Okay.
And I'll say, depending on how well this check goes, it'll determine the coordination check to get it back out and properly cut your binds.
Easy or average?
Easy.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so it will be an easy check to do that, to cut your binds with it, but it will have 2 setback because it's a little lodged in a weird place.
Okay. Here we go.
Alright. I kind of I stand next to you, probably, pushing you forward, to get into the roll.
Keeping in mind, of course, that you're not doing your lightsaber tripwire tricking.
Fuck that, you're leading.
It doesn't work if it looks like you're standing behind me, because there's no reason for you not to turn and run in their eyes.
Because you got a rope.
No, I got a zip tie.
Oh. Okay, fine.
It takes about 10 minutes, I'd say, actually, to traverse all the way up to this crossroads again.
Okay. Another corner. Go down this way.
Alright.
This has to be the way.
Do you know the way? Kasari, make
Please, no bad memes.
Kasari, do you make an average vigilance check? And I guess less you should too.
Okay.
I wonder what this is. What do you mean bad memes? Best memes? Oh god, okay, well. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, so Kasari, you could try and get out the way, slash you're automatically able to get out the way, but it'd take 1 strain to do so, as boomers fall.
What do I have to do?
It'll be a athletics. Yeah, I'll say athletics, right? Easy athletics to get out of the way.
Get out the way.
Oh, you definitely get out the way. But you notice in the room behind you, as you do, that there are some Gungan. They look at you confused for a second, and then
I smack the. I'm gonna finish what you were gonna say.
They look at you, Slash, and go, "Ushka, Isa Mishka."
Oh fuck! It's already. What did I say? The third.
Is there a perception roll I could see to maybe tell, maybe get an idea of what? Yeah, body language.
Okay. Why don't you make a hard perception check?
Oh god, this is the. You need to make this, bro.
You can tell with that advantage that they look aggressive and angry, but you can't really tell any specifics.
Oh no.
Ushka!
Yeah,
Ushka!
I slap Kasari and kind of try to act out a little bit as though I'm angry at her. Make it look like maybe make it look like she tripped the wire.
They all begin reaching for their slingshots.
I hold out my hand and I say. I point to my mouth and hold. I try to act out that I can't speak.
They say, "Ushka Gangasho."
Can I make a roll to make this convincing?
Say Ich bin Gungan.
It's not deception. Actually, it is deception.
Yeah.
You can't speak. So yeah, sure. Why don't you make an average deception check, but keep in mind that you are deceiving them into believing that you can't speak and nothing more. Average deception check.
I'm also going to put Destiny.
We're in trouble.
Hey!
Okay, so I'll say this then. They believe, you can clearly see that they believe that you can't speak, and then they start surrounding you. as if to try and capture you.
I hold out my hand.
They murder people who can't speak here.
I hold out my hand and point to Kasari, and kind of try to motion that she's
are they trying to capture me or him?
Him. They don't actually seem too concerned with you.
I point to them and then point to me and say, try to motion a way to signify that I'm part of their tribe.
Show.
Alright, you don't have to flip Destiny and make a formidable deception check.
Oh no.
Okay.
Remember that Destiny doesn't upgrade your check, just lets you do this impossible action.
Yeah. Gotta remember 4 means 5.
Yes! Oh.
Wow!
They look at you and begin backing off, slowly but surely, and retreating into the holes in the corners.
Oh, what? Oh, I thought
leaving.
they were gonna take us with you.
As though I'm trying to keep up the act, I kind of turn around Kasari and point her in the other direction, sweating a little bit.
So in this room, you see another of the yellow orbs in the corner.
Oh, I walk over, grab it, and hand it to Kasari.
Do you put it in her robe rather than giving it?
Yeah,
to
I put it in her robe. I pat her and hold up a thumbs up.
So at this point, I just want to say that you've been 30 minutes in the cloaking device, just to keep you up to date.
Can I try to quickly turn it off and then turn it back on?
Sure, you turn it off, it successfully turns off. You turn it back on, and it says it has 3.5 hours left.
Damn, this is a battery.
No, that's rough.
I nod and, I point Kasari forward.
Okay, just there was a. I'm assuming you saw it, but there was a plant in that room. So you head back.
Poisonous death plan, according to Kasari.
It takes another 10 minutes to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
And the walk, sorry, is flying, and you're heading down this corridor. Okay, so this goes slightly down in this corridor goes, or this waterway goes slightly down in elevation as you go down it, and the water gets thinner and thinner and darker. And as you
wait, what does thin water mean?
It's like, instead of being like a thick river, it's just little trickles on rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the edges of the room, you notice like some strange-looking rocks. Do you
Can I roll a
investigate
check to see if I recognize the kind of rocks, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you make an easy perception check? Just with perception, you don't recognize what type they are, but they're not rocks. They're bones.
I nod and point. I whisper to Kasari, "They're bones."
I say, Ooga chaka.
You know that's very racist.
No, that's a phrase. Unarshada. It means alright. It's all good. I understand. Alles klar.
Oh. I thought you were making fun of the Gungans.
I think you're making fun of Narshadas. Ians.
Why? Is there some problem with being compared to the Gungans that you have?
No, I'm just saying you assume our phraseology is some slur.
No, I assumed
That
you
is
were
what
just, you
happened.
know, making fun of the language of the... Okay, let's just move on. You're in the zip ties.
So as you get to the end of the little trickles, you notice that there is a drop here into a large, open, almost cavernous space. And as you got further and further to the end of the corridor, you noticed more and more bones. And you look into the cavernous space and see the floor almost littered with little bones, like piling up ahead of you.
Maybe we should turn back. I'm just saying.
You hear kind of a rumbling, and in the distance maybe a slight slithering.
Okay. Any other writer?
I like how that was a big, like, nope moment.
I will hunt you one day, though, Gungan eating beast.
At this point, you've spent about an hour in the suit. Or not in the suit, in the cloaking wisp.
And I'm just gonna turn this off while we're in already explored areas.
It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah, I turn it
chill.
off.
And you head up here, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now turn it on again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. Mute Gungan acting bit. Alright.
Oh god. We barely passed.
Yeah,
We
but
did.
Celeste feels very confident about his performance, though.
Uh-huh.
Be the best actor of all time.
So, as you... Oh, that didn't work.
Celeste is a reigning snake champion, also experienced bounty hunter, politician, and actor.
Wait, no. Snake isn't a reigning... sorry, Celeste isn't a reigning snake champion. He lost in, like, the finals.
Yeah, that's fair.
Reigning snake champion.
Okay, so why don't you both make a average vigilance check?
Oh no.
Yo, there's some weird shit up down this hallway.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Hey! So, Kazari, you managed to stop before anything happens. Unless you trigger a tripwire, and you could make a average athletics check to get out of the way.
Alright, with one setback.
And you slip on a banana peel.
Yeah, with one setback, because you're over encumbered. Good catch.
Hey, succeed.
Yeah. You get out of the way, both of you, as the boomers explode, and there seems to be no follow-up from any Gungans. Right, so as you get further down this corridor, about 10 minutes down, by the way, for the cloaking shield's purposes, you notice a very rocky area. These are a bunch of rocks that seem to have almost a mini cave-in. It's definitely traversable if you're careful, although you sense that if you do get past it, you'll probably disturb the rocks enough that this won't be so easy to traverse next time.
Alright, get to climbing.
With her hands tied?
Yep. She's a Jedi. I believe in her. Use your weird Jedi voodoo or whatever to make your feet float. You know, like Cedric.
Cedric doesn't make his feet float, he jumps.
Yeah, do that.
How hard would it be to climb with my hands tied?
You think the climb is a relatively average climb, but you definitely think that your hands being tied would metaphorically upgrade and cause a lot of setback in your attempts.
Metaphorically? Is there a way we can take the tie off, climb, and then put it back on?
It seems like a one-use tie, but Celeste has 2 more in his utility belt.
Oh, okay. I shrug and say, I guess we can retie you?
Okay, I cut it off.
It gets cut. I say, since you're not in narrative structured combat and you've got time, I won't have you make the check.
Cool.
Also, since basically there's no point with keeping up with the act of being a Gungan, while Kasari's untied, I'm going to disable the device.
Okay. You're at 1 hour and 10 minutes total.
Immediately, those guys you spoke to before come down the hallway and they're like, hey,
I knew it!
They're like, hey man, we want to go out for some drinks with you. And they're like, wait!
Yeah, no, they all come back in Hawaiian shirts with like a bottle of beer. Like, man, we're gonna watch the game!
They've got like big Scooby-Doo sandwiches that are just like comically large and they're like, hey bro, you ready?
We were gonna invite you to watch the Galactic Cup quarterfinals tonight.
And they're like, wait, you lied to us? You're not... This always happens!
Dad! So make the, it's an average athletics check for both of you, Celeste, you have setback because of your wonderful, wonderful over-encumbrance.
I think you describing how hard the check would be was the funniest thing of like the entire session. It would metaphorically be upgraded in difficulty, and there would be many setbacks. Did you say average athletics?
Mm-hmm. You could anyway.
I could definitely what?
I was gonna say you could definitely like angle it towards coordination if you're trying to be nimble about it, but either one.
I ain't nimble about that shit.
Oh, maybe I should have. I would have gotten 2 free boost die.
You both get through fine though. You pull yourself through, although you do notice as you do so that every now and then a rock does fall behind you.
Oh.
And as you get to the end, you look back and think that this area is now not traversable.
Oh.
We'll just get the Gungan construction crew when we take over their entire tribe to clear this out.
I guess we can't fight that snake thing ever. But I'm not sure if we want
Yeah.
to fight the snake thing.
I'm sure there's
I
no
did.
other entrance to the snake thing.
Oh god. I'm sure we won't be forced to fight the snake thing.
That's definitely not going to happen. All right, let me read a little bit more for you guys. So, by the way, do you tie up as soon as you get to the end, by the way? Before
I tie her up and put on the
Immediately
Gungan. Oh no.
So do you put your lightsaber up your sleeve again?
Yep.
Make the easy athletics, easy coordination check.
Is it easier now that I'm used to it, or is it just the same?
I'll give you a boost for being used to it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey.
So, it wasn't as good as last time. Because you were used to it, you got complacent. So, getting it out and chopping this time will actually be a daunting check, but you will have boost from that advantage.
Fuck?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so what it was is basically it started at formidable, and her successes got it down to easy last time, but she only got 1 this time.
Man.
It's nice and wedged in there.
He
No
only
one's gonna
got 1 success last time as well. He
No, you got 4
2.
successes last time.
4 success. 2 setback.
Yeah.
Or 2
One,
threat.
wasn't it one?
Oh.
1 threat?
One
Okay.
threat, 2 threat.
Oh, it was 2 threat. It was 2 threat. You're right. I found the check. It was 2 threat.
One threat.
You memory man.
I continue on.
Okay.
Just looking at a different check, apparently.
So you head down and you find the biggest crossroads of the waterways so far.
I run. It's too scary.
We go straight.
Are you sure?
I'm not.
Do you trust me?
No. We go straight.
Oh, is the suit on, by the way? Is the cloaking on?
Yeah.
Okay. And you keep heading down here, and you see on the far edge the other side of that deep purple water. And you also see it turning down.
Well, you know what they say.
Okay, as you head down here, the water begins to thin out.
I have no mapping ability. I don't even think we're going in a place I don't want to go.
And as you start to see those strange rocks again as you get further down here.
They're not
Leave!
rocks.
Run! Run away!
So, wait, we should decide. So we're not going to fight this thing?
If you want to.
I don't know.
Cess is always up for a good
We
hunt.
have to get rid of my
wait. We could actually use that as leverage against the people. We got rid of this huge problem for them.
What if it's a sacred being?
Anna did describe it as one. She said it was constantly hunting their people and eating them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not remember that part of the conversation?
I don't at all. But,
And the pile of bones
Okay.
definitely backs her up.
I wasn't with Anna. That was just you. So
No, you were there.
You were there.
You definitely drank tea with her
Oh,
and me.
yeah, I did.
You got really uncomfortable with all the colonialism talk.
That's right, yeah. Got all heated there.
I'm not Dutch!
I think it would have been even
I
funnier if,
disabled-
like, during that conversation, I was like, Ooga Chuck, am I right? And they're like, whoa, what
You, you're at an hour and a half in the cloaking when you disable.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Oh
roll.
man, what if the tranquilizer dart worked and I just dragged this giant beast over unconscious to the Gungan area? Oh man, and wreak total havoc.
Alright, well, I need to grab a token from another map and pee, so why don't we have a quick 5-minute break and we'll get back to your crazy plans in
Wonderful, darling.
the latest 26 minutes past. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I heard that bump.
I am here.
Hello, good sir.
I am alive.
Are you prepared?
I'm not here. I'm only here in spirit.
Alright, let me just finish this off. And then you guys can head into this bone-riddled layer with a bunch of water.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna unzip tie yourself, Kasari?
I do.
Cool. Again,
I need to make sure to pick up some more zip ties at the general market before we leave Naboo.
Alright. So as you get closer to the end of the corridor, again you see more bones. Again you see the kind of bone pile. And you also notice that the water gets quite deep the further into this basin you go. It's probably within swimming distance at this blue line, which you can't see yet. Let's draw that on token layer. This blue line, that's probably where it gets to like swimming distance. I'll say that like it won't require checks to swim, but your combat.
Oh, I also say before we go, do you want to hold the thing, the device to turn you into a Gungan?
Why?
It is really heavy for me to carry.
Oh my god. You're just the worst. Fine, I'll carry it.
Thank you.
You once again hear the slithering from around here.
I say, here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Do you enter the basin and get into the swimming distance?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Took Kasari into the shadows.
Oh
It's
no.
last two.
We were dragged into the pool before we even had the chance.
I'm gonna just...
Are we fighting a Kraken? Be honest, is this D&D?
I can tell you for a fact that this is indeed not D&D.
Okay.
I can't promise
So,
about the
not
Kraken.
Aboleth?
I don't make promises, man.
If you're not
Okay.
fighting a Kraken, the session is ending here.
So you see this giant pool, and the bottom of this pool is just filled with bones, absolutely filled with it. Like some of them are eroding, some look old, some look new, and in the distance you see it, giant, slithering in a pale white, almost with like a beard around its front and two giant horns. And the thing that stands out to you the most, the shining glow of its teeth.
I thought you were going to say the fact that there are hundreds of them. I was like, oh, this makes sense why it's been able to just kill them for generations. This is literally just a feeding ground for some weird species.
Both of you make a daunting xenology check before we start to see if you recognize
This thing
the
is super
creature.
weird looking.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hey, to success. I am really getting lucky with these rolls.
We're having a fight in the spirit world.
Alright, Sless, you recognize the name of this creature is a Colo clawfish, and you have seen it in a few books over the years. But both of you think that those horns are definitely its weak spot. Roll initiative. You are prepared.
That's such an odd conclusion.
Ooh. It's gonna get a... Actually, it's probably not gonna get a surprise turn because it can only take actions and it can't take ranged ones, I don't think. Actually, no, it's aquatic. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Alright, it rolled a triumph, so it's... Actually, let me just check one more time. Okay, so yeah, it rolled a triumph, so it's going to take its free turn. It's going to take 2 strain to engage with both of you. This is its free turn from its triumph. And it is going to... I'm going to put you there. It's easier to look like it's engaged. It is going to try to bite down on Sless.
Oh, did I just draw the short straw between the group?
Pretty much. I can't think of... Hey, if one of you wants to sell me on a reason why it might attack you, then I'm willing to listen.
I mean, Kasari is tinier. Does look like a good snack.
What's that about her being tiny?
Yeah, she might look like a good appetizer before the main meal that is Sless. Sless is like a 7-foot-tall lizard man.
I'm pretty sure giant monsters like eating decently sized meals.
Yeah, alright, I buy that, Sless. The dice have decided you are correct, and he was going after Kasari.
No. Monsters like big meals, not tiny bites.
You make a good point.
Monster likes an appetizer.
Let's see how hungry he is. Make a hard resilience check. If he passes, he'll eat Kasari. If he fails, he'll eat Sless. He's gonna eat Kasari.
God damn it!
Because he's not that hungry, so he's up for an appetizer.
Well, he was not even gonna fail with that much greed.
Alright, Kasari, what's your melee defense?
So if I die, we're not talking ever again.
Also, yeah, what's your melee defense?
0.
Okay. And it's engaged.
I'm so sorry.
Would you like to roll Destiny?
Sure.
Keep in mind that I think we're on our last Destiny.
What?
Die.
I haven't used any. What'd you do?
Well, I convinced a bunch of Gungans that I was immune.
Fire when ready.
That was a great challenge dice, by the way. Destiny really with you. Okay, so it is going to deal... it is going to deal 16 damage, piercing 4 soak.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
As it bites down on you with its maw and its mandibles. You see the horns flash before your eyes, and then the brightness of the teeth. Chomp chomp.
Yeah, so Kasari immediately passes out.
Roll your unconscious crit. I have your crits down here somewhere. Thought I did. Oh, maybe you didn't take any. You don't. Yeah, I thought you might have taken some last session. No? Okay.
You want me to roll it?
Yes.
Fuck!
I'm gonna say he catches your left leg and gives it a nasty bite. As you go unconscious.
I was thinking, well, I don't have any crits, so this can't be that bad.
Plus,
Literally
rolls up his sleeves and gets ready for brutal combat. Hand to hand against something that's finally a challenge.
That was only its fucking free turn as well. It's got another one.
Oh.
Yep. I'm just writing down that Kasari's left leg is crippled. And I want to check to see if he can do anything with that advantage.
Just eat me whole.
No. He's gonna pass a boost die on to the next allied player. And, yeah, he's gonna start his real turn now. And he's gonna go for Sless. Do you have any melee defense?
Yeah, I have 1, and I'm gonna dodge, so I'm gonna suffer 2 strain to upgrade the difficulty check by 2.
You have 1 melee defense, do you say?
Yep.
I'm gonna flip Destiny so that you have something to play with as well.
Oh, so I have something to play with.
Yeah, and he misses. So, I forgot to add the boost, but I don't mind. So he is going to... Wait a minute. Can he do that on a miss? Let's see. I don't think so. Let me just check the full thing.
Oh god, are you using that bestiary I gave Marshall a long time ago for his Star Wars session?
No, this is a creature. I'll say it. This is a creature from the Naboo planet bio from the Nexuses of Power book.
Oh, so you're using an official one. Yeah, I gave Marshall like a huge bestiary that includes like an unofficial one, but it's pretty well worked.
Floating around, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love creating new things with the Star Wars stuff and seeing what the official creations are, because like the thing with Star Wars is it gives you tools to create things, I think, in a lot of fun ways. So I love characters and enemy creation in Star Wars. All right, so ensnare is triggered. Okay, it doesn't say it, so I'm going to ask you guys: do you know if ensnare can be used on a failed hit? I feel like the answer is no.
I don't think that makes sense.
I don't think so.
But it makes sense because the miss isn't necessarily he misses you. A miss could be that your armor is like saves you, right? Because armor adds defense and stuff like that. But yeah, sure. So yeah, he's just gonna pass a boost die on and upgrade his next check.
Now, if you asked me, and Celeste was the one who had it. No.
So what's this blue line indicate again?
You are now you're swimming. You're swimming.
Oh. I'm gonna move beyond it, so I'm standing up.
Okay, you're at short range, and you are now not swimming.
All right.
Takes 1 maneuver.
Yep. And I'm gonna shoot him.
Cool. He has no range defense. He has adversary 2. You're at short range, so it will be 1 challenge and 1 difficulty.
Okay. Just
Oh, before you do that, make a hard fear check, because this is a terrifying sight. I was going to do it at the start of your first turn.
Oh, okay. What that's by discipline?
Yes, it's a hard discipline check.
Cesari was eaten so quickly she didn't even think it was that scary.
Have time to fear.
Yeah, I fail.
That's a setback, and I would usually give you conflict for that
Celeste,
setback.
we might be in trouble here.
Let me just find the fear guidelines to see what else I can give you other than conflict.
I don't think Kasari has any more fiat when it comes to like surviving death, so I think we might be in trouble.
I mean, she has 2 more of those echoes in her head somewhere.
Oh no. I don't know what that means.
It means those echoes you were thinking about exploring.
I know, but like
You don't know what they're gonna do, yeah. Shit, I used to have fear. Used to be the thing that I had this little cheat sheet first turned to, because it was the main reason why I got it. But then I turned it to the back page because I got a bunch of shit. All right, here it is. Yeah, just you take 1 strain and you add setback to your checks for the rest of the encounter. Your actions.
Okay. Yeah, and I can't think I have anything I could add, so I'm gonna roll.
Cool. Again, 1 challenge and 1 difficulty.
Alright. Fuck me.
You spray and pray across the room, hitting a bunch of the bone piles and scattering some bone ash up into the water.
Platoon style, you're just screaming like, yeah!
And I'm gonna use the 4 to decrease my strain by a 4. Actually, I'm gonna decrease my strain by... I just need 1 to pass a boost die to the next allied player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna decrease by 3 and then spend the boost die to the next allied player.
Yeah, I'll say that I can come around to you since Kasari's unconscious.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Cool. As I learned during the dark side session, I should ask this now. Is there any actions or maneuvers you can take while unconscious, Kasari?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, in the next minute.
There are actions and maneuvers the other players can take while unconscious.
Yes.
What
Okay.
can they do?
Alright, I'll say it. There's an action in one of Cedric's trees called Against All Odds, where you can make like a resilience check to recover a bunch of wounds while unconscious.
Oh my god.
In it next, Kasari. So, Slash, you see as the creature slowly begins to turn around, its flat fin engulfing Kasari,
Uh-oh.
and it begins to move away. It goes to medium range.
Oh, it's escaping with me. You convinced it that I was a good snack.
This is an issue.
This is an issue. Honestly, you kind of...
Is that its turn?
It probably likes you, because so far you haven't heard it, so it's like you're just the guy who brought it a snack. Like...
That was your plan all along. You were bringing the human to snack on the sea fish so the Gungans could be saved.
Would I have to spend an action in order for me to convince it to come for me?
If that really was his plan, what a fucking heel turn that would be. It's like, oh, I
It
never
depends.
liked you. I just wanted to use you for this specific thing.
It probably, because an action is anything that rolls dice, pretty much. So it depends on what you're doing, of course. But if
I want to shout at it and basically have it turn around again on its turn.
I would be an action, but I will also say that from your xenology check, though, you would probably know that this creature probably wouldn't respond to it, like pride or intimidation tactics. That it's probably just here to get a snack and go and eat it.
Fuck, I'm gonna shoot it, I guess.
Alright, it's now at medium range. It still has adversary 2, so that's 2 challenge.
This music makes it seem like the beast is the good guy.
Are we the baddies?
What the fuck, man? Come on, die.
Like, this is like the Lion King music of battle themes. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I forgot to add my boost. Can I roll that too?
I'll let you roll the boost, yeah. If it rolls the success,
Oh my
you'll
god,
hit.
I just realized it's like the under the
Hey!
Hey. So that means that I deal a total of 15. I'm gonna flip Destiny to deal an extra 4 damage.
There's 19 total?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you cut under its beard, like shaving a lot of it off, and it falls, like kind of falls into the water a little bit. And it clearly has quite a thick hide, but you got a really good shot off on it, clearly.
Alright, and then I'm gonna spend 2 boosts to decrease my strain by 2, and then 1 to give the next ally player a boost, I guess. And then I'm going to spend my movement to get back into the water to see if that draws it in.
Hmm.
So I moved to short range, I guess.
Yep.
Excited. Ready for war.
In it next for me, and Kasari, in it next after that. Unless you've decided to spend XP on Against All Odds between turns.
No, I don't have enough.
Right, and then I will go for objects and tokens. So let me just move him out of the way a second.
Can you save XP, buy an ability mid-combat, and use it?
So,
I know there are some game systems that do it. Those tend to be like anime-based, though.
my general rule is the raw interpretation, which is that you cannot spend XP in the middle of a session. However, I will allow it if the narrative calls for it. Like, for example, taking force powers mid-combat if you're influenced by the Emperor and he tells you how to do it. Those kind of situations.
Oh yeah, that's just an example.
Yeah.
That
just an
doesn't
example.
have any concrete basis in like reality that happened.
No. So this creature, having been shot and clearly reacted to it, and you now being in the water with it, is going to move to engage with you. And you see that it's kind of dropped Kasari, and she's falling, sinking to the bottom of the pool.
Well, that's a problem.
And
she's a Jedi. She has voodoo to make her breathe longer, right?
Well,
unconscious.
Yeah, she is going to start having problems under there. It's going to attack you.
Okay.
Are you dodging?
Yeah, spending 2 strain to dodge, also 1 melee defense.
I'm going to flip Destiny. Did you say you're taking 1 strain to dodge?
2.
Always, so upgrading it twice.
Always upgraded by 2 if I can against a very scary monster thing. Oh.
Your defense didn't do anything, but those are pretty good red dice. They're okay. They're alright. But, and I'll flip the Destiny.
Always would have been better if there was a despair.
That would have definitely been a lot better. But he is going to deal 15 damage, ignoring 4 soak.
Okay, I'm still up.
And he is going to spend that to advantage to ensnare you. And he is going to immobilize you for 3 turns.
Okay. Maybe I should have crit when I hit him, but I was really just feeling the mood. Hold on, I need to check something. To see if my yeah, no, my targeted blow ability can still apply to my claws. So, yeah, I'm going to use my claws to scratch him, I guess.
No melee defense, but adversary 2, so it's going to be 2 challenge.
How much base damage does melee do?
Your brawn.
Brawn. Oh, man. Maybe it might just not be worth it. I do 5 damage. It's 1 setback, right? If you're in close range with a ranged weapon. If you're
no, it goes back up to like the medium difficulty. I think it goes back up to 2 difficulty, and then you add a setback.
Oh. I think I'd rather shoot. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
That's chill. So it's gonna be 2 challenge, obviously, because he's got adversary and a setback. Oh, wait, no, don't roll. I just checked. Yours is a ranged heavy weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's base 3 difficulty and engaged. So it'll be 2 challenge, a difficulty, and a setback.
Ah, man. I don't think it's fucking worth it for the extra damage. I'll use the claws, I guess.
Okay, cool. Then it'll just be 2 challenge.
What's this song from?
Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Is it really 2 challenge when you're in close range?
Engaged. Melee attacks are 2 difficulty base, yeah.
Okay. And I think this is it. Oh, and I forgot to roll my boost, but it won't matter. But it might.
You can roll 2 success on a boost, I think.
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh,
No, just canceled everything out. Yeah. 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 I can't do shit.
Nope, because you don't have any maneuvers.
Oh, I was... You don't even get maneuvers if you spend strain?
No, you cannot take maneuvers. It's not that you lose your free one. You can try to break free of it, but I think it's an action. Let me just check. There it is. Yeah, it's an action to get free of it.
Oh. Might have wanted to do that, but I guess it's too late now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is a high stakes situation, and I should have probably told you. So if you did want to do that, I don't mind just ignoring the ball.
I feel like I'm a little biased at the moment. I don't know if I want to take it. Even I'll just end it next. I'll accept the fate of a party wipe.
Kasari, you are now suffocating. You take 3 strain.
Yay! But not in a good way, yay. In a kind of like, I'm laughing at the nihilism of the universe way.
Mm-hmm. Not nihilism. The most important thing. I mean, it's a bite. It's gonna bite you.
Yep, and I'm gonna dodge. By the way, dodge isn't incidental, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed. Out of turn incidental, I imagine.
Yes.
It's gonna connect, and this probably isn't good. It's gonna deal 14 damage, ignoring Force Soak.
I'm down.
Roll you crit.
And that's the end of the Lightside party!
Winded!
Just a bit winded.
Oof. Yeah, it takes a good chunk out of your stomach. I'm gonna just write that down. Stomach injuries. Alright, Sless, you go unconscious. And we're gonna find out what happens to you both next time.
Should we
I'm
make
doing
new
the Utapau.
characters?
No. No.
How are we not gonna die? Isn't it gonna eat us?
We'll find out next time.
Oh my god.
On doing Utapau.
It
Well,
turns
Putty
out...
finds a reason for us not to die.
Okay. Why don't you take us out this time, Putty?
Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Lightside episode of Dunes of Utapau. The party decided to take on a giant sea creature, and they didn't have a good time. But maybe they'll have a better time next time on Dunes of Utapau.
Frankly, I think I should have just stayed there.